Today's case: the dog who follows you absolutely everywhere. You get off the couch, he's coming. You walk into the kitchen, right behind you. You go to the bathroom, apparently privacy ended the day you brought home a dog. So, what exactly is going on here? Is your dog protecting you, watching you, waiting for snacks? Or have you accidentally created a tiny four-legged stalker? Detective Woofy is on the case. And it turns out, your dog's reason for following you may tell you quite a bit about how they see you.
Your dog isn't necessarily conducting surveillance, although some of you are definitely under investigation. Dogs are social creatures, and once you're part of their world, knowing where you are and what you're doing is pretty important information. Think about the evidence. You walk toward the kitchen, food occasionally happens. You walk toward the front door, walks happen. You walk toward the couch, belly rubs may occur. From your dog's point of view, following you has an excellent return on investment.
Dogs call that loyalty. Cats call it tracking the food source.
Of course, some dogs take their following duties more seriously than others. Certain dogs were bred for generations to work closely with humans, so keeping an eye on their person comes pretty naturally. Herding dogs and working dogs can be especially tuned in to what their humans are doing, and plenty of companion dogs seem to have decided that personal space is wildly overrated, but breed isn't everything. Some dogs simply seem to be born thinking, whatever you're doing, I should probably supervise. And there's another reason your dog always seems to know where you're going. They study you. Your dog may know your routine better than you realize. They notice when you put on certain shoes. They know which drawer holds the leash. They recognize the sound of the treat bag, the car keys, and probably the exact moment you start thinking about going into the kitchen. After living with you for a while, your dog becomes very good at predicting what happens next. So sometimes they're not following you because they need something right this second. They're following because they know you might be heading towards something interesting. But here's where our investigation gets a little more important. There's a difference between a dog who likes being near you and a dog who feels like they cannot cope without you. A so-called Velcro dog may follow you from room to room, lie beside you, and generally prefer your company. But when you're gone, that dog may still be able to relax. Separation anxiety is different. A dog experiencing real separation distress may panic, pace, whine, bark excessively, become destructive, or have a very difficult time settling when left alone. So if your dog follows you everywhere, don't automatically assume that means separation anxiety. Sometimes you simply have a dog who really, really likes being close to you.
For the record, I also follow humans occasionally, usually toward the refrigerator.
There's one more clue worth paying attention to. If your normally independent dog suddenly starts following you much more than usual, don't automatically assume they've just discovered how wonderful you are. A noticeable change in behavior can sometimes mean your dog isn't feeling quite right. This can be especially important with older dogs. If the change is sudden, unusual, or comes with other changes in your dog's behavior, it's worth mentioning to your veterinarian. So, after examining all the evidence, why does your dog follow you everywhere? Maybe you make them feel safe. Maybe you've accidentally taught them that following you tends to lead to very good things. Maybe they know your daily routine better than you do. Maybe you're simply the most interesting thing happening in the house. Or maybe the answer is the simplest one of all. They just like being where you are. And considering how many other places they could be, I'd say that's a pretty nice compliment. Case closed. If you'd like a little extra help on understanding and communicating with your dog, I've linked a free dog training workshop below. And if your dog followed you into the room while you watch this, I believe we've just confirmed the evidence. Subscribe for more dog investigations, woofy wisdom, and the occasional highly suspicious snack related incident.